Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for 6 things we learned from Chelsea 3, AC Milan 0. An emphatic result for Chelsea last night in the Champions League. The game finished at 5. I was absolutely knackered. That's 5 AM where I am in Bali. So I went to sleep straight after the game and we've had a concert next door to my house all day today, which has been playing loud music, and if you keep on hearing like a beeping noise, it's frogs. So that's just kind of where we're at with this one at the moment. A pretty phenomenal set of blue and green boxes in today's video. Chelsea are now back on track. The job isn't done. RB Salzburg have played 3. They are unbeaten in this Champions League group. Chelsea have still got to go to Austria and get a result there. We've got to go to Milan next week, and Dynamo Zagreb are no pushovers either after we were beaten in Croatia on match week number 1. Last night, to round up the game before we start going into individuals, I think Chelsea still not at where we could be in terms of fluidity. I do think it was a mass improvement with intensity from the game that we saw against Crystal Palace, but I think the main thing in this one was that I was surprised by just how poor AC Milan were. I expected so much more. I think Rafael Leao kind of made me look a bit nervous or feel a bit nervous in the first 15 minutes because he was trying to go at the Chelsea defence, but Reece James puts in, well, there's many good performances from Reece James, but I think after Trent scores the free kick he scored against Rangers on Tuesday night, I think Reece was just like, hang on a minute, mate, there's only one top dog in this country in the right back position. Kyle Walker's injured, might not make the World Cup. So I think Reece James last night really did show just how different caliber he is. I think he's a phenomenal player. And Rafael Leao, as much as I'd love to see him at Chelsea, we're talking astronomical figures, AC Milan just didn't really show up. So without any further ado, we are going to begin box number 1 by giving a blue box to Reece James. Gets himself a goal and an assist. We'll talk about the assist for Aubameyang's goal first. It's a little bit lucky, I think, that it manages to find its way all the way through to Mr. Aubameyang, but the goal is brilliant. It reminded me of the Ajax goal where he blasts it into the bottom corner from when it hit the crossbar from the Zuma header in the 4-4. It reminded me of the goal, or both the goals that he scored, one with his right, one with his left when we won at Newcastle. I think it was last season. It was a massive finish. And once again, what I love about watching Reece is defensively, yesterday, he was absolutely brilliant. Nullified the AC Milan attack, dealt with everything. And then going forward again, he's just such a threat. I think Ben Chilwell, to give him some credit, he's not got a box in the video today, but I thought Chilwell was good. He seems to be lacking that same kind of pace and agility that we saw from him last season before that injury, but it was always going to take a while for him to fully recover. But Reece was at the heart of everything. I think he completed all of his take-ons, won all of his tackles, and to get a goal and an assist in a game where Chelsea needed to show character. Chelsea needed to turn up and fight, because if we don't win that game last night, not only do we start looking at Graham Potter and the start he's made as Chelsea manager, and we're like, I don't know, like, was it worth sacking Tuchel for this? But when Chelsea needed to, we turned up. And I don't know if you remember that game against Valencia in 2012 in the group stages when we needed a win. We won that 3-0 as well. So maybe the omens are in Chelsea's favour. Reece James was the man of the match, absolutely hands down, officially got it from UEFA as well. Box number 2, and it could have been a blue box again, but I don't want to get into the habit of giving too many blue boxes, because then we kind of eliminate just how brilliant someone has to be, or something so good that someone has to do in order to get a blue. Thiago Silva is box number 2, and it is, of course, in the colour of green. He was brilliant last night, absolutely phenomenal. I said it in my preview. Maybe we would have seen Thiago Silva rested, but we went with a back 3, and I think it worked very well indeed. Wesley Fofana scored. What I'm loving about Thiago Silva at the moment is, despite the age, it was his birthday about a week ago, despite everything, he is still winning header after header after header in the attacking third. It's brilliant. He got the assist for Aubameyang at the weekend in the box with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Thiago Silva is a freak of nature. People talk about Erling Haaland as not being human, as being robotic, but the way that Silva defends is pretty much the same. From like the way we can praise attackers, you've got to speak about Erling Haaland with the same kind of grace. He's an enigma. And the way that he's playing at the moment, he is still so pivotal in this Chelsea team. A brilliant performance from him. Box number 3, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, ladies and gentlemen, was sensational in the game last night. When I looked at the midfield, I was surprised. I thought Conor Gallagher scores the winning goal in the last minute at Palace. Surely that is enough to give him a start. And in my match preview, I went with Kovacic and Gallagher. But Ruben comes in, and I think that the reason AC Milan didn't offer very much yesterday is because what you get with a Kovacic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek midfield too is a lot of strength. There's a lot of power. There are legs there to not only be able to track back, but to also carry the balls forward. Ruben was looking good when getting into offensive positions and did his defensive duties well as well. So after putting in that kind of performance, when we look forward to Wolves at the weekend, Ruben gets the full 90 last night. Ruben Loftus-Cheek may well have played himself in for a start in the Premier League too. I think when Jorginho and Kovacic play together, I don't think Kovacic looks comfortable. I really don't. And I think when Ruben was there last night, it enables Kovacic to be a bit more free. It enables Kovacic to show the array of ability that he has. Not just the, oh, he can dribble out of tight spaces, oh, he's very press resistant, all of these little buzzwords that we all use. Kova was good, but Ruben deserves the mention. Box number 4, I have given it to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I would say that it wasn't the most brilliant Aubameyang performance. We've definitely seen him play better throughout his career. He wasn't involved massively, which is why I would say that Chelsea can still massively improve. Despite winning this game 3-0, looking incredibly comfortable, not having more possession. AC Milan had 51%, we had 49% possession. But Aubameyang gets a green because in his 3 games, it's now 2 goals in 2 games in a row. So for Chelsea number 9s, who have struggled, all we can ask from our striker, at least at this point for me, with all that we've seen with Chelsea strikers and attacking signings, all I want to see from my striker is goals. At this moment in time, I want to see us score and our strikers to help us win games. And Aubameyang makes it 2-0, and it's a massive moment because at 1-0, despite Chelsea looking in control, despite AC Milan being very pedestrian, kind of mundane with their build-up play, Chelsea knew that the second goal was key, and our striker was there in the right place. Good ball in from Reece James. AC Milan, poor defending, but it is what it is. We move into box number 5. It's a sad one, but I'm giving a green for Wesley Fofana. He scored the opening goal. Little bit of ball bouncing everywhere in the box. It could have landed with anybody. It could have been cleared. Fofana's there in the right place at the right time, tucks it in, and I think Chelsea started to look comfortable after the first goal. I think up until that first goal, I'd say based on the balance of play, AC Milan started the game better, and we desperately needed that first goal in order to ease the nerves a little bit, because Chelsea knew there was pressure on last night. We knew if we didn't win, chances of qualification begin to look slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. So Fafana getting the goal. He goes off injured in the 38th minute. We're not sure what it's going to be at the moment. He went off with crutches last night when he left, which obviously isn't ideal, doesn't bode well. If you leave with crutches, it means you're struggling to walk. And if you're struggling to walk, you're probably not going to be out on a football pitch anytime soon. So hopefully we find out more about the Fofana injury today. I'm probably going to go and check as soon as I upload this video to see if we've got any news, and I'll talk to you guys about it tomorrow. Box number 6 is confidence. Green box for confidence, because this result is the one we needed, not only in the context of the Champions League group, getting destiny back into our own hands, moving into the top 2 positions, but it is another improvement. We saw the win at the weekend against Palace, digging in, moment of individual brilliance, but in this game, we look more like a team. We look more as though we were starting to now see patterns of play. We are seeing the intensity increase in this Chelsea team, and we know we've got the ability. There's absolutely no denying this Chelsea team have got bundles of ability. There is an abundance of quality in this Chelsea squad, and what we need to keep doing is winning matches. If we start to play beautiful football, it probably means we're still going to be winning. If we can win and clearly see that there are more gears to enter into, it only bodes well for the future of Chelsea and Graham Potter as our manager. Brilliant result for the Blues. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been 6 Things We Learned from Chelsea 3, AC Milan 0. We've got Wolves on Saturday. We've got news out for you guys tomorrow. Come on, you Blues.